What's up, family? What's up, everybody? Thursday, man. We got a 5-game slate. Just getting out work. Tired, but I ain't tired as I usually be. Um, Horrible day for me yesterday. My prop bets and everything, man, they folded on me. Sometimes you get those times, man. As long as you can, laugh about it, and keep it moving. It's okay, man. You wanna, I got a diverse audience, with sports bettors and fantasy players with DFS and stuff like that. So out here making bets and stuff like that. Make sure you bet responsibly. If don't be out there throwing away the house money and shit like that. Um, Big thanks to my subscribers, man. Can't thank you guys enough, man. I want to do something like a tournament or something, or maybe like a everyday, something like a listeners league or something like that, because I only do like one lineup, and I wouldn't mind with just jumping in there with you guys, man. Give me some feedback in the comments, man. If you want me to set up a tournament or something like that in the near future, I will be doing some giveaways and stuff like that, maybe as early as right after the Super Bowl. I'll probably do a giveaway or something like that every Sunday morning. Yeah. Because I work 6 days. I work overnight, so maybe Sunday morning, my first video, I'll announce a winner. Something like that. But give me some feedback in the comments how I can set up anything for us to, like a daily tournament every night, man. A daily contest every day, Hit me in the comments, man. Make sure you all have Twitter, so you guys can have up-to-date news. You got any questions on how to go about using Twitter, holler at me. You got any questions about anything I can help you with, I'll do my best. Like and subscribe if you like this video. I'm gonna let you know that right now. You need to subscribe. You need to hit the notification bell so you can be notified of any video I upload. And here she go. Anyway, yeah. So with that being said, we're gonna jump right into it. Let me see something real fast. My fault. Yeah, so let's go. 5 games. Y'all don't watch me, man. Watch TV, man. Watch TV, man. 5-game slate. Let's jump right into it with this Utah and ATL game, Joe. Now, let's see. Let me go to the depth chart so I can bring it up like this. Injuries, the same usual suspects. DeAndre Hunter is still out. They really need him. Let's jump into it. Mike Conley, he's been playing good, man. It's a decent play. Believe it or not, I love the pace. This is the pace up spot for Atlanta. I mean for Utah, pace down spot for Atlanta. Utah been playing a little bit more faster this year, but it is what it is. But Rudy Gobert. So I like to play. I like to play, man. I like Mike Conley. He's been consistent. for a change. You know, he's somebody who I cussed the fuck out. You know, in recent years. You know, so there you have it. Donovan Mitchell, I love to play right here too. I like this game in general. I don't know between Rudy Gobert and Clint Capella. I don't know who I like the best, but you know, I like this game in general, and certain players from this game in general. The last 2-3 games, Bojan Bogdanovic has been playing good. He's going upwards of 30, 20, I say 30, 30 fantasy points a game in the last 3 games. But he does have his floor. If he can hit rock bottom on his floor, and you know, really tank your lineup at 5,700. He's priced similarly on Fanduel. Clarkson's been in a slump. Kevin Huerter, he had a pretty nice game last game. He got a double-double, 21, 5, and 10. He can't handle the ball. Every now and then he'll show flashes of upside. He's priced the same on FanDuel at 5,500. Danilo Gallinari, I just can't get that. Royce O'Neal, he's been playing good ball as of late for Royce O'Neal. I mean, you know, he does a little bit of everything. Definitely a GPP option. Nobody really plays him in cash, and he's always low owned. Pivot off of somebody like Bogdanovic's Joe Ingles, but you know, he hasn't been consistently doing his thing. I like to see his shot attempts go up, man. You know, at least 10 shot attempts a game that make him GPP viable. I mean, well, he is GPP viable. I just can't play him in cash. Cam Reddish, he just needs to step his game up. Derek Favors has been getting minutes as of late. That's a surprise. 19 minutes, 15, 15. You know, last 2 games he had productive. He had a productive games, cracking 20 fantasy points in both games. And for the rest of these guys, you know, Solomon, he gets minutes, and Tony Snell has been getting minutes as of late, but nobody I look to. John Collins, like I say, he did have a good game last game going up against Dallas. Dallas, they're not the best against. Oh my God, I got the hiccups. They're not the best against the bigs, so shout out to him. He had 53 fantasy points. I did not see that coming. I need to sharpen my game up. And Trae Young, he's always in play. He's priced nicely at 9,300. It's just a matter if I think I'm going to get to him or not. Probably not. He's somebody I haven't been playing all year, maybe once or twice. Clint Capella, I just can't go there with Rudy Gobert out there. And Rudy Gobert is priced nicely at 7,500. So it's like a pick your poison thing over here. I really like Donovan Mitchell because we know the shot volume is there. And then Conley has been ultra consistent. And, you know, if you want to take some stats at Rudy Gobert, then go ahead. Be my friend. Be my guest. Oh, man, y'all. Forgive me. Now, Golden State and Dallas. Golden State's dealing with a lot of injuries, especially in the front court. Everybody knows this by now. So, injury. We got injury prone Looney. He's out. Wiseman is out, and we have, you know, the usual suspects are out. It looks like Dallas is fully healthy. That's a good thing. You know, it's always good to see a team healthy. On the Golden State side of things, Curry coming in at 9,900 on DraftKings, and 9,800 on DraftKings, 9,900 on FanDuel. Basically priced the same. We know this boy can go off at any point in time, a day or a night. 73 fantasy points against Boston last night. You know, it is what it is. Shot 14 threes, hit half of them, hit 7. Andrew Wiggins, I just don't get to him or Oubre. They'll be asked to do a lot like they do every night. Oubre is the ultimate GPP. He's just so up and down. He's the ultimate GPP play. I can't trust him in cash. I don't fault anybody for playing him because I'm a risky player myself. Draymond Green played a lot of minutes in the absence of these bigs last night, and that's a good thing. It's good to see he's able to push those minutes out. He's 5,200 on DraftKings. On FanDuel, you'll get Draymond Green for 5,800. He could easily, his peripherals is what does it for him. The rebounds, the assists, the blocks, the steals, not so much as the points. You can see that. But, if he ever gives you 10 points, then he's on triple-double watch. He'll be asked to play a lot of minutes. Eric Paschal, he's just not doing as well as he was doing last year, minus the stars. So pure GPP play. I don't know what type of minutes he'll be seeing seeing in the absence of Wiseman and Looney. And then, so we got Toscano Anderson. He looks like he's going to get a big-time minutes bump, from what he's been usually getting. He's probably going to be the one that's going to see the bulk of the minutes. Maybe at the 5, might get to start. Who knows? We'll see. But a GPP option over here, you'll get him on Fanduel. He's a small forward. I think he's 4,900. That's pretty steep, but, people are going to be out there pulling all systems a go, when you play in these tournaments, especially these big tournaments, their max entry 150. So everybody's gonna have those guys in their player pool. Kent Bazemore, his minutes is going up, as of late. But he had 22 fantasy points last game. That was okay. 3,300. Tournament option, cheap filler, just in case they're short. You think he can give you 15, 20 fantasy points? Plug him in, help you get in some of these studs. And that's it for me for the Golden State side. Looking on the Dallas side, Luka Doncic, he's a go. He's on triple-double watch tonight and every night, but tonight for sure he's on triple-double watch. Kristaps Porzingis, I was all over him yesterday. His price went up too on DraftKings to 77. His price is 7,500 on FanDuel, so I like the price. He is a rest candidate. He had a pretty good game last night, though. 44 fantasy points, 24 and 11. Played 34 minutes. He has played on the back-to-back before this season, so yeah, that's something to keep an eye out on. Tim Hardaway, there's a lot of guys. He takes the three, and he makes them. But I don't play him. I don't play him unless I have to. Josh Richardson, somebody who I've been riding since he was 4K, and that's what I like to do. I point that out all the time. I find me a horse and I ride him. He had a pretty decent game last night. 32 fantasy points, 36 minutes. 14 points, 6 rebounds. I had him for 3 assists on the sports books. He let me down. Got to do better. So, in the event that we get news that Kristaps Porzingis is out, then Willie Cauley-Stein can be a viable option at 4,100. When he gets to start and plays 30 minutes, he does well. He played 30 minutes here against Phoenix, 35 fantasy points. 30 minutes of Milwaukee, 30 minutes against Charlotte, 28 and 31 fantasy points. Golden State is ailing at the big spot in the backcourt. So if we get news that Kristaps Porzingis is out, you can definitely go to Willie Cauley-Stein. Maxi Kleber, he's seen minutes yesterday. Yesterday, and in that pace, he played 32 minutes. You know what I'm saying? 23 fantasy points. That was a decent outing. Guys like James Johnson and Looney, those guys took the hit. James Johnson and Dwight Powell, they took the hit. Dwight Powell hasn't been getting minutes as of late. So, that's something to, keep an eye out on. DFS, Dorian Finney-Smith. He plays a ton of minutes as well. 3,900 on both sites. Another cheap option to help you squeeze in some of those some of those studs that we have on this slate tonight. So keep an eye out on that. And moving on along over to the Portland and Philly game. Lillard sporting a Q tag. We know McCollum's out. Jones Jr. He's sporting a Q tag. It's possible that he can come back tonight. Nasir Little was out. Collins out. Nurk, the usual suspects. And Philadelphia is healthy. Now, in the event, if we get news that Damian Lillard is out, it's going to be bad. Where the hell do they go to? But I just think he's going to play. I think he's going to play. But that's why, it's important to have Twitter. You can be up on the news. You get the news right to your handset. Follow NBA, Fantasy Labs NBA. Hit your notifications on them. Let it ride. But he's definitely a player if he plays. If he missed, then you'll see guys like a guy like Anthony Simons. He'll probably step in and get the start, and somebody who can play well. He'd be on my radar. Definitely, he would. Then for the rest of these guys, man, I mean, Covington, he's an okay player. His usage is gonna have to go up. He had a good game last game up against Washington. That was a pretty nice game. Carmelo Anthony, he gonna take his shots, which we all know that. Rodney Hood, especially if Jones Jr. is out, he'll get extra minutes. He takes his shots as well. A little bit scoring dependent. His peripherals aren't there. But he played 35 minutes last game, had 22 fantasy points. Would like to see him crack 30, but it is what it is. And then, man, it's ugly, man. It's ugly. Now, Harry Giles, Cantor, he's in play, but he's got a tough matchup. Embiid is a rest candidate as well, but if he decides to go, Cantor, he's going to have to try to stay out of foul trouble going up against Embiid. So if Embiid is not playing, then I like Cantor. If Embiid is playing, then I probably won't be able to go to Cantor in nothing but GPPs. Now, in the event, the game gets out of hand and a guy like Harry Giles ends up getting some extra amount of minutes, he's a good fantasy point per minute type of guy. He's been getting, he basically gives you double-digit fantasy points in every game in limited minutes. If he was to ever get 25 or 30 30 minutes, man, he can give you 25, 30 fantasy points. He is pretty decent fantasy point per minute type of guy, so that's something to look at. But he's only center eligible, which makes it hard, even though you can roster two centers, but one's going to take up the utility spot. And then on the Portland Philly side, it is what it is. The matchup is great. The usual suspects, Embiid, Simmons, and Tobias is always in play. Tobias is priced at $7,200 on DraftKings. He's $7,900 on Fanduel. $7,200 is a very nice price tag for him because he's ultra consistent in that price range. Good matchup. It is what it is. Embiid's out, then Ben Simmons is really sexy. He's a triple-double threat every night, no matter if Embiid is in or out. Priced at $8,300, I can dig the price. It is what it is. It's a decent matchup. I forgot to mention Gary Trent Jr. Gary Trent Jr. is in play. Either way, who's in, who's out, no matter who's in and who's out. So there you have that. And then, if we get word that Embiid is out, you can look at guys like Tony Bradley. Like, Tony Bradley might get the start, but then Dwight Howard will be coming back behind him. He'll probably play the bulk of the minutes, Dwight Howard. Coming behind Embiid, Dwight Howard is real effective. He had 21 fantasy points in 14 minutes. you know, he's very effective, you know, coming behind the beat. So I can see why they want to leave him, you know, coming off the bench. And then you got guys like Curry, Shake Milton, and you know those guys. I just ain't feeling them. Curry needs to get it together. I like him in GPPs, but you know he needs to get it together. Houston and Memphis. Houston dropped the motherfucking ball yesterday so damn bad. Blew my motherfucking money, man. That's crazy on the sports books, but it is what it is. John Wall should be back for this one. Oladipo should be out for this one. That's why it's important for you guys to have Twitter. You already know this. You already strategize. You can already, you know, that shit. Y'all be looking at the video like, man, we already know this, man. Could you now? Still, man, you know that's the importance of Twitter. Nwaba is questionable, so it is what it is. That's about it for the viral injuries over there. And then we know, let's see, Grayson Allen is out. That's something I'm going to touch on in 1 second. And Big Val, he's still out, so you know it is what it is. All right. Okay, man. We're gonna start off on the Houston side of things. We will Christian Wood, 8,800. I'm not gonna be able to get there. I haven't been playing him. Can't fault you if you do. I'm just not getting there. Victor Oladipo is out. He's going to be out. Right. He will play Wednesday against the Thunder, but he'll likely be held out in Memphis. Yeah, he's doubtful, so he's probably going to be out. Eric Gordon. You'll get Eric Gordon for 5,800. He's point guard and shoot guard eligible, so that can add some flexibility to your rosters over here on DraftKings. He's going to get 15, 20 shots. He's going to get about 15, upwards of 15 shots. You know, going up against Memphis, you know. So you can put him at the point guard. You can put him at the shooting guard. You know, add some flexibility to your roster. Jayshawn Tate, he's going to see his minutes no matter what. He's blowout proof. He'll get minutes and, you know, he's blowout proof. I had him on the sports books yesterday, I had him for 10 points. 10 points. He fell off. The whole team, throw the whole team in fucking garbage. They just got their ass beat up by an SGA-less OKC team, man. Dort went out. They just got their ass tamed. Everybody was flat. But that's my boy right there, Jayshawn Tate. You know, you'll get him cheap on Fanduel. He was 3,900 yesterday. I haven't checked. After that performance, I'd imagine he didn't move up. Oh, right. So you have a fucking bad game. You go from 3,900 to 4,700. Yeah, okay. Anyway, he priced the same on both sites. And DeMarcus Cousins has been getting minutes. He's 6K on FanDuel. On DraftKings, he's 5,100. Now, you know, when Christian Wood was out all that time, he came in and did, you know, got his boogie on. So they've been respecting him, and I like that. You know, he's been getting, you know, 20 minutes here and there. You know, I like that. We can't be doing Cousins like that. You know what I'm saying? Giving them 13 and 14 minutes a game. Fuck, is you crazy? Is you crazy? Anyway, I know he don't play no D, so don't even go there. Anyway, Nwaba was questionable. In his absence last game, we had Sterling Brown. Sterling Brown had a game. He was in the winning lineup on DraftKings. He had 31 fantasy points. He just did a little bit of everything. Nobody I'll be ever looking to go to. He's got to be some drastic news. PJ Tucker, man. This motherfucker. Everybody hates this guy, man. This guy, man. Stay the fuck away from him, man. Just stay away from him. When you take the over on PJ, one of these days, I mean, you take the under on his ass, one of these days he's going to hit the over, you know. Just don't fuck with him. That's all right. Let him do what he do. He ain't out there bothering nobody shooting all them bricks and shit. But yeah, that's about it for that side. Wall's in a good spot. I like him. You know, it is what it is. On the Memphis side of things, John Morant. He hasn't been getting the full allotment of minutes because of blowouts. They blew out San Antonio twice, and then they got their ass blew out. So I like the matchup. I love the matchup. I love the matchup for Ja. I love the price for Ja. You know, if the game stays competitive where he can get 35 minutes, man, it's looking good. Brandon Clark. I don't mind the play. You know, I don't mind the play. The minutes is there for him. I wish we can get him at 30 minutes, though, but I don't mind the play. I definitely don't. I probably don't get to him, but I don't mind the play. Dylan Brooks, we know he takes a lot of shots. So he had a bad game last game, but they was getting, I mean, he had a good game, you know, but they was getting blew out. So, you know, there you have it with that. Kyle Anderson, slow-mo, he can rebound. He's always been a good rebounder. You can 5'8", 5'8", 6'7", you know, 6'4", 8, 5, 11. You know, he's always been a good rebounder. Assists. He can do a little bit of everything. Steals and blocks and shit like that. I'd play him over Brooks. I'd play him over Brooks. I'll let you know that right now. You get him at 5,500 on DraftKings. On Fanduel, you'll get him at $6K. And Xavier Tillman, he'll be asked to do a lot tonight. I don't know if he's going to get the start. You know, the young guy, he's going to be asked to do a lot tonight. 5,200, though, I can't get there. DeAnthony Melton, he knows how to play the game of ball. He comes in, brings his hard hat and his lunch pail, gets his limited minutes on, 22, 27, you know, 32 minutes there, but he goes out and handles his business in his tenure. You know, 26 fantasy points, you know, 40, 35, 12 points, you know. DeAnthony Melton comes in and gets the job done. Gorgie Jane, he should get the start. Good fantasy point per minute type of guy. I love to play Jim. I was loving to play him when every time Cat was out and Minnesota, he'd come in and crush it and go on about his business. 25, he played around about 25, 26 minutes the last 3 games. Going up against Indiana, he had 17 fantasy points, but the previous 2 against San Antonio, he 33, 34, 35 fantasy points. You know, he does, you know, he just makes it do what he do, man. Great fantasy point. He puts up pretty nice fantasy points in limited minutes. And then Grayson Allen, in the absence of Grayson Allen, you know, Melton is getting his minutes on, and then you got guys that's flashing upside like Desmond Bain. I've been taking the props. The last 2 games I took the props on the over on his points. It's been like 8.5. He's been hitting that for 5 or 6 games in a row. I can't wait to see what his points prop's gonna be like today. And that's about it from this side, from this game. Last game on the docket, Clash of the Titans, Denver and LA. Injuries over here, you know, LeBron James them sporting they signature Q tags. Gary Harris is still out, and PJ Dozier is still out, and let's get busy. On the Denver side, Lakers are pretty tough against centers, man. You know, but this guy here, he's a monster. Y'all know who he is. He's the Joker. Need I say any more? Jamal Murray's been meh, but I don't know if I'll get there. You know, he can get hot any day. You know, 6,800 is a pretty nice price tag for him on DraftKings. What is he priced on FanDuel? 7,800. It's a whole 1,000 different. If you feel like you want to play him, I'd run over there to DraftKings and play him. Michael Porter Jr. minutes hasn't been there lately. It is what it is. Hurting my fantasy value, hurting my potential value on his rookie card, his rookie auto that I got. One of these days, I'll let y'all see my cards. If that's something you guys are interested in, let me know in the comments, man. I want to see your cards. Do a segment. So, Will Barton, interesting play right here. We know he can ball with the best of them offensively. He can play the 1, the 2, and the 3. Minutes has went up as of late, 30, 37. I don't mind the play, 5,200 on DraftKings. I think he's 50 on Fanduel. I think he's 5,700. And he's a 2 guard. So let me see, man. Fuck is Will Barton at? Let me find out. I went past him, or they put him in the point guard slot. Every single video I run into this. I know y'all like, dang, man, every fucking day you can't see. There you go. I know y'all like, there you go right there. He went past him. 5,200 on both sites. Late night hammer. It is what it is. Monte Morris just been a good backup, man. He's just continuously being a good backup. Millsap, I probably won't be able to get there. They'll need his services, though. It's good to see his minutes as, around the 23, 24. Given the matchup, he could play a little better, play a little more minutes, and that's something to look out for. But anybody else, I'm not even considering them. On the Lakers side, what you see is what you get. LeBron James, they're self-explanatory. I ain't even got to go there. Do they got anybody to guard LeBron? Probably not. Anthony Davis, he's been up and down. He's priced at 9,700, under 10K. LeBron James right at 10K. Dennis Schroeder, somebody who's been disappointing me. I gave him a whole bunch of games to flash me some upside. I wanted to see him drop 50 one time, man. Watch me talk it up and don't have it. But he ain't been doing that. He ain't been doing that. Montrezl Harrell, 5,300. I mean, I don't know, man. Somebody who I ain't been playing, so I'm probably not playing tonight. He's at the center spot on FanDuel. I ain't gonna get to him there either. I ain't even finna lie. Kyle Kuzma, no for me, and Caldwell Pope. You got to know when to jump on him. He's always priced cheap. I just probably won't get there, though. You know what I'm saying? Alex Caruso has been getting minutes. I'll point that out. A cheap option. He's been getting minutes. Last 3 games, he's hit 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? He probably ain't going to do shit with it, but he hit 20 minutes. Marcus Gasol, interesting play. They'll probably need him out there to see what he can do against against the Joker. If he gets 20 minutes, he might give you 15, 20 fantasy points. He gave you against Detroit and Philly, he played 25 and 24 minutes. He gave you 16 and 15 fantasy points. So, it is what it is. Horton Tucker has been playing minutes, man. The boys ball. Chi-Town, stand up. He can ball. He's been taking minutes from Pope. No, he's been taking minutes from Matthews. So, he better have been giving him minutes because he know how to ball. And then that's it, man. If you guys like the video, man, like and subscribe. I'm trying to get up to 1,000. I just need to see them folk. I need to see that band going across there. Like and subscribe, man. Holler at me. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace out.